Welcome to today's news update. We've got important developments from around the world, covering everything from international diplomacy to natural disasters. Let's dive into the top stories. Putin's nuclear warning. Russian President Vladimir Putin has issued a stark warning, stating that Moscow could resort to nuclear weapons if attacked with conventional missiles backed by a nuclear power. This shift in Russia's nuclear doctrine is aimed at addressing growing threats from the West. Putin emphasized the importance of Russia's nuclear triad in ensuring the nation's security and highlighted that the changes now extend nuclear protection to its ally, Belarus. Ukraine's response to this development has been one of skepticism. Andriy Yermak, a senior aide to President Volodymyr Zelensky, dismissed the announcement as nuclear blackmail. With the war continuing in eastern Ukraine, there are growing fears that the conflict could escalate further. U.S. to ban certain Chinese and Russian tech and cars. The U.S. government has announced plans to ban certain Chinese and Russian-made hardware and software from being used in American vehicles, citing national security concerns. Officials warn that the tech used in autonomous driving and vehicle connectivity could be exploited by adversaries to remotely manipulate cars on American roads. China has condemned the move, accusing the U.S. of overreaching in the name of national security. The new rules, set to take effect in 2027 for software and 2030 for hardware, will force some companies to adjust their supply chains. Industry experts have noted that while little technology from China is currently used in U.S. vehicles, the rule will still present challenges for manufacturers. Trump accuses Pelosi of insider trading. Former President Donald Trump has accused Representative Nancy Pelosi of insider trading, claiming that her husband, Paul Pelosi, sold Visa stock just before the Department of Justice announced an antitrust lawsuit against the company. Trump alleged that the timing of the sale was too convenient to be a coincidence and called for Pelosi to be prosecuted. Pelosi's spokesperson denied any wrongdoing, stating that the speaker does not own stocks and had no prior knowledge of the transaction. Nevertheless, the public scrutiny over the timing of the stock sale continues to grow. Hezbollah leader killed in Israeli airstrike. In a significant escalation in the Middle East, Hezbollah has confirmed that its leader, Hassan Nasrallah, was killed in an Israeli airstrike in Beirut. Israeli military officials hailed the strike as a major success, calling it one of the most significant targeted operations in the nation's history. Iran also reported that a senior commander from its Revolutionary Guard was killed in the same strike. This comes amid growing tensions between Hezbollah and Israel, with both sides exchanging rocket fire and warnings of further escalation. SpaceX launches rescue mission to bring stranded astronauts home. SpaceX has launched a rescue mission for 2 astronauts stranded aboard the International Space Station after a Boeing spacecraft failed to return them to Earth earlier this month. NASA's Nick Hague and Russia's Alexander Gorbanov were sent into space to bring back astronauts Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams. The mission won't return until February, leaving the 2 astronauts in space for over 8 months. This mission marks another milestone for SpaceX, which has been the leader in NASA's Commercial Crew program. Boeing, on the other hand, has faced continued struggles with its Starliner spacecraft, prompting NASA to make adjustments to its flight plans. Trump celebrates Republican Party's lead in latest Gallup poll. Former President Donald Trump is celebrating new polling data from Gallup that shows more Americans identifying as Republicans than Democrats for the first time since records began. The survey indicated that 48% of respondents now identify with or lean toward the Republican Party, compared to 45% for the Democratic Party. Trump credited the shift to his influence, claiming the Republican Party's lead on key issues like the economy and immigration is a direct result of his leadership. However, with the 2024 election approaching, both parties will be looking to secure crucial battleground states. Hurricane Helene devastates the southeastern U.S. Hurricane Helene has caused widespread devastation across Florida and the southeastern U.S., leaving at least 35 people dead and millions without power. The Category 4 storm brought 140 mph winds, tearing apart homes, uprooting trees, and flooding entire neighborhoods. Emergency crews are still rescuing people trapped in their homes, while hospitals and power grids in Georgia and the Carolinas struggle to cope with the damage. Experts warn that we could see more storms like Helene in the future. The recovery efforts are ongoing, with federal agencies and local authorities working around the clock to provide aid to those affected. That's all for today's top headlines. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future updates. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.